Back to our discussion of Rising Strong by Brene Brown. Today we're going to be talking about chapter 10, and this section really challenged me about the whole concept of what people think about you. I'm glad that you're loving the book. Me too. Oh my goodness. I didn't want it to stop. So in chapter 10, she talks about, good morning, Mackenzie. In chapter 10, she talks about how so much of the time we have these different armors that we put on ourselves, and when it comes to what people think, and sometimes one of those armors is, it doesn't hurt. Like, I don't care what people think. And she said, we stop caring, or at the very least, we start pretending that we don't care. She said, this is dangerous. Not caring what people think is its own hustle. The armor we have to wear to make not caring a reality is heavy, uncomfortable, and quickly obsolete. So when we tell ourselves, I don't care what anyone thinks, I would say to step back and really examine yourself. Where is that coming from? And are you trying to wear this protective armor so that you don't get hurt? She said, when we stop caring what people think, we lose our capacity for connection. But when we are defined by what people think, we lose the courage to be vulnerable. And then this is a longer section, but I wanted to read this to you because I thought this was such a good example of why we should care what some people think. Some people. She said, on a 1 inch by 1 inch square of paper, I want you to write down the names of the people who really matter. This is a sacred little space. If you have more names than can fit in this square, you need to edit. These should be the people who love you not despite your imperfections and vulnerabilities, but because of them. When you're face down in the arena, these are the folks who will pick you up and confirm that the fall totally sucked, then remind you that you're brave and they'll be there to dust you off the next time. You should also include the people who are brave enough to say, I disagree, or I think you're wrong, and who will question you when they see you acting outside of your values. She said, I carry this square in my wallet. That way, when I'm trying to hack into the back end of Amazon to find the IP address of the jerk who left the hurtful review about me and not the book, I can catch myself. Yes, this hurts, but he's not on my list. When I'm struggling to make a difficult decision, rather than closing my eyes and trying to imagine how the cheap seats will respond, I go to someone on my list who will hold me accountable to my own standards. So who is on that little square inch paper for you? Really think about who are those people that you do care because they've earned the right to speak into your life. They've earned the right to speak the truth to you, and you do care what they have to say. Not because it's about you, but because you want to grow as a person. You have your square and you love it. I need to do my square, but I've been thinking a lot about who would fit, who is on my square. And so that's what I wanted to challenge you today, that you do need to have those few people in your life who you care, who will speak the truth, who will love you enough to not only encourage you to be the best version of yourself that you can be, but who will love you enough to speak the truth to you when you need to hear it. And those are the people you go to when you're feeling discouraged, when you're feeling like, you know what, that really hurt, or I don't know what to do in this situation. And you can have their wisdom in your ears in that moment, because sometimes we need to be reminded that what's going on in here and the words that we're telling ourselves, that is not truth. You know, that I am a failure instead of I failed, or I am a disappointment instead of I disappointed someone, or I am a loser instead of I did something that probably wasn't very smart. You know, so having those people who can speak the truth to us and help us to remember the truth. So who's on your square today? I really challenge you to think about that and remember to not care about what almost everyone else in the world thinks, but to connect with those few people that are on that square, because those are the people that you should care about what they think because of how much they love you and how important their words are in your life. Oh, Mackenzie, you're so sweet. Okay, I hope y'all all have a wonderful day, and I will see you back here at 3 p.m. when we'll be talking about 3 p.m. Central Time when we'll be talking about email list, and I'll be taking Q&A on email list and sharing 2 of my secrets for building a killer email list. So have a great day, and I will see you then.